Hi everyone, I wanted to welcome you to my live video today. Whether you're watching live here with me or watching the replay, go ahead and type hello in the comments so that I know you're here. And of course, if you have any questions or comments on anything, don't hesitate to add that in as well. So today I'm going to talk to you about a suite in our new catalog. If you have your catalog, it's pages 72 and 73. It's called the Pressed Petals Suite. And there's just so much I want to share with you from this, as well as 8 cards that I made from one sheet of designer paper. 8 unique cards from one sheet of designer paper. So let me flip my camera and let's go ahead and get started here. Okay, as I mentioned, this is on pages 72 and 73 in the new annual Stampin' Up! Catalog. So I'll just pull this a little closer so you can see some of these samples on this side. There's a lot of great projects shown in the catalog on the layout here. And then what's neat here is that the entire suite you can order with one simple item number. So the number you see right here, it's $97. It's all of this. So it's a convenience thing. It's not any difference in price as compared to going through and ordering each of these items. You do get the bundle price where you save 10% for the stamp set and the dies, but it's just one easy number. It's like that easy button. What is that? Staples or something? I don't know. So it's that easy button. You enter the one item number, you get everything in this suite. So just taking a look at some of these items, there's the Path of Petals stamp set, the petal label dies, the Scripty embossing folder. These designer elements, there's gold, silver, and like a copper finish. There's a journal that I'll show you more up close, some really pretty ribbon with the new Rococo Rose in color. And then you have some designer series paper and some washi tape. So I want to talk about some of these things more individually. In the catalog, if you're looking, the very next page shows you the stamp set. It's a 9-piece photopolymer set, and then it shows you the designer paper as well. You know, with anything, the designer paper is so much prettier in person. So I think I'm going to start with that so that you can see these gorgeous patterns. And it really is pressed petals. I mean, you will see just how realistic these look. So first of all, I should mention there's 6 different designs. They're each double-sided, so you actually have 12 different patterns. But there's 6 designs, and you get 4 of each. So this designer paper, what's the price point here? $14.50, and it's 24 sheets. 24 sheets of specialty paper for $14.50. So this is the first pattern, and you'll see you know, a variety of colors in here, but just look at the detail. I'm hoping that focuses well so that you can see the detail like on those stems and petals. It's just so realistic looking. So this is one side, and then the other has some script, and then there's this with a variety of leaves. And the other side is just a really textured, oh, what would that be called? Like a kind of canvas burlap type. A lot of texture looking on that piece. Some really bright blue flowers. Those are real pretty. And then just a variety of prints on the back. I love this one too. Such pretty colors together, and just again, just those details in there. It's so textured looking. Some print on the back, and this one. And this one has wood grain on the back. So these are the first 5. Again, on the back, either some texture or print, and then floral and leaves on the other side. And then the 6th, let me scoot that over. The 6th piece is this one right here. So you'll notice it's got like these individual pieces that you can use. This little piece is a border, and then on the back there's actually some like sheet music. Okay, so there's this piece here. So I think before I jump into what I did with this piece, I want to show you this journal so I don't forget. So the journal is shown here in the catalog. It's decorated here. Honestly, I didn't realize when I ordered this, I guess I just didn't pay that close of attention. So I knew that it had this texture on the front. I think the camera is picking up some of that texture. So it's not just a flat finish. There's some like embossed or debossed actually. Yeah, you can see it best from this side. Flowers on there. But what I didn't realize was that each page in here is decorative. These aren't like plain journal pages. So there's all sorts, I can just flip through here. There's all sorts of little sayings and just decorative pages. So it's a really nice journal that you could keep for yourself, that you could decorate cute and give as a little gift. These pages are all perforated too, which is kind of neat because if you wanted to like take these out and use them in your scrapbooking or use them for cards, just gives you more versatility. So I wanted to point that out because like I said, I totally didn't realize what a gem this was. I thought it was just, you know, a nice journal with a decorative cover, but it's got a lot in here. Okay, let's jump to these cards I did. Yeah, I think I'm gonna scoot this aside too. Okay, so this is the piece that I focused on from that package of designer paper, the pressed Petals specialty paper. So this one sheet, now keep in mind, like I said, it's 24 sheets in that package, so you get 4 of these sheets in particular, so 4 of these. So what I did is I just took my trimmer and cut them apart. So you could see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I used this to do 8. So I got 8 cards. I made 8 cards from this one piece of designer paper. So I will start with this piece here. So you can see I used it this way, but I cut that out. I mounted that on some crumb cake cardstock. And then this is that new ribbon. It's called 1/2 inch gathered ribbon. And it's got Rococo rose and then kind of like a rose gold shimmer to it. Hopefully you can see that sparkle. It's really pretty. And then I should also point out, so I do this often. I order designer paper without the coordinating stamp set sometimes. So like I like these words, I like the dies that go with them, but sometimes I feel like I challenge myself a little bit if I don't get the coordinating stamp sets and use something I already have. So I ordered this paper, I ordered like all the other things, just not the stamps and dies. And I pulled in this stamp set, Free as a Bird. Mostly I use this just because I've been using it a lot this month. This is the stamp set that I focused on and featured in my free card kit in the mail this month. So that's kind of a totally different thing, and I can do a video on that to show you those. Actually, I did do a video on that and think it finally posted. It was that day Facebook was all weird and not posting things, but eventually it did. Anyhow, when you do a $50 order using the host code this month, you get supplies to make 4 cards featuring Free as a Bird. So this was handy. I grabbed this, and all of the cards that I made with this designer paper, the greetings come from Free as a Bird. So I stamped my greeting on some white cardstock and then punched it out with that handheld punch there. So again, that's this piece here. Let's jump to this one. This, I just simply cut it down, mounted it on a piece of Whisper White that was a little wider, same length, and put that on a crumb cake card base, and then added my little greeting here. Yeah, Debbie, you're going to love that stamp set. It's a great one. So that's what I did with that one. Let's do this here. This one I just took a piece of 3x6 Rococo Rose cardstock, attached this layer. I trimmed it down just a little bit. You can see the flowers are a little tighter on here, so I trimmed off some of that excess and then just stamped the thank you right on the designer paper. So that's what I did for that one. This one here, I actually didn't do any words on the front. I wanted to put my words, you know, just on the inside. So I cut out this piece, mounted it on Rococo Rose, and added some more of that gorgeous ribbon. So that's what we have from that piece. This one here, again, trimmed it down just a bit, put it on crumb cake, and then I used a punch and the word hello from the Free as a Bird. So did that one there. What else do we have here? This I mounted on Daffodil Delight, added a little bit of the olive thread, and of course the words in the punch here. Scoot that up a little so you can see. So this long piece on the edge, what I did, I wasn't really sure, like I didn't look, a lot of times I look online for inspiration, and this I just sat down with my paper and just went. So I was, you know, to me, I look at this, I'm like, well, you can obviously just put that, you know, down the center of your card and put a greeting on it. But I wanted to be more creative. And so I just sat down to see what my brain would come up with. And this is what I did. So I've got my white card base, Rococo Rose and Crumb Cake. And then I took this long piece, this 12 inches. I trimmed it down so that it's about 3/4 of an inch. It's really tight around those flowers. But then I just made a border, like a frame with that. And then added the greeting on the punch label and a little bit of ribbon here. I don't remember the name of that one. Yeah, I don't remember. Anyhow, it coordinates well with this suite. Okay, so you can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards so far. And then my last one I think is my favorite. It's this one right here. This is so gorgeous. I mean, the detail on these roses is just phenomenal. I added the greeting here. There's a little bit of ribbon down like behind the greeting that peeks out a little. And then there's this. This is a lovely little flower that I want to show you how to make. And then this center of the flower is one of those designer elements that are part of the suite that I pointed out. Gold, silver, copper. So I chose the gold one here and just put that in the center of my flower. This flower is made from washi tape, so it's got a little bit of a, not really a shiny finish, but it, you know, it's tape, so it's got that reflective quality a little bit. And then of course that designer element in the center just pops right out. So I love, love, love these cards. There's so much texture and they're so simple. Basically a card base, some of them have an extra layer. White cardstock, Stamp My Greeting. This one, the greeting went right on it. Super simple, quick and creative cards. Okay, let me slide this up out of the way just a bit so that I can show you how to do this flower. So one of the items in this suite is this washi tape. This one here, you know, a great kind of vintage looking tape. You would use it how you use washi, you know, any traditional washi tape. Peel it off, put a layer on your card for an accent. And then there's this, and you might not be totally sure what to do with this one. So I have just some white scrap, and this is a circle from my 1/2 inch circle punch. So I just punched out a 1/2 inch circle, and then I'm going to peel these off. So this one here you can see is where it starts, and I'm just going to peel off my petals. And this is how I'm going to build the flower like I did on this card. So I'm going to peel this off and just stick it down. I kind of chose, like, see this white part before the color starts? That's what I line up with my circle. There's not a right or wrong. That's just the way I chose to do it. So when the color starts on my piece of washi, that's the edge of the white circle. Hopefully that makes sense. I'll just peel off my next one here. And just stagger it. It's harder to do holding up, but I want you to be able to see it well. Just stagger that a little bit. And then you just keep going around building your flower. So fun to do. There's also, I'm sure, so many other ways that you can use, why do I keep losing my end? That you can use these little petals. You could just have them like as accent pieces, kind of peeking out. There's a lot that you can do with these. You also, you know, you can put as many petals as you want. This one I did just playing around. This one only has 4 petals. The one I did on the card sample has 5. And this one I'm doing for you right now, I decided to try 6 and see what that looks like. Just really open-ended, but this is such a unique washi tape. This is so fun to be able to just peel those off and build a flower. Yeah, I like that 6 a lot too. How easy is that? So fun. And I can't imagine like a 12 by 12 scrapbook page with some of these washi flowers all around the photo. So pretty. One little tip that I'll share. So this is washi tape. You know, you can probably hear it. It's sticking to my fingers on the back. So what I did was I took my embossing buddy that I use when I do heat embossing, and I'm just tapping it on here. And what that does is just take some of the stickiness away. So like on this card here, I attached the flower using a Stampin' Dimensional, and I don't want the back of the flower to be, you know, super sticky. And so this just takes that stickiness away. So it's a little bit tacky, but not much at all. And I could continue to do it if I wanted to, you know, get it 100% not tacky. So this is the 6-petal flower. It's so fun to make. And, you know, like I said, lots of versatility. I thought about taking like some of the petals and just kind of, where's that one? Like this one where I just had the ribbon peeking out. I think it would be fun to like layer some petals under a layer like that and just have like the tips peeking out. I haven't done that yet, but that was just something else that popped into my mind. So great suite of products, the Pressed Petal Suite. And like I said, I challenged myself to be creative with this, focusing on the designer paper and the embellishments and the washi tape without actually owning the stamp set and dies that coordinate with it. So that's, you know, that, I mean, they're gorgeous, and I mean, why not? But sometimes I like to just do that and focus on stamp sets I do have, but make, like if you see my cards for this month that feature Free as a Bird, they look absolutely nothing like this. Totally different color scheme. I mean, they're, you know, the birds are the focus on those. But with this designer paper and just using these greetings that I already have, I can create some really unique cards. And like I said, there's so much texture on these from that designer paper, and then just the little ribbons and embellishments that I added. So I hope you have enjoyed this. I'll put a link to the Pressed Petals Suite in the comments here, so you can go right to my online store and check that out. And then remember, if you would like the free card kit for this month, just to use the host code. I'll include that too. And yeah, you can get those free cards in the mail as well. Thanks so much for watching.